Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This morning, got Dad and I, got the dogs, been out here spraying on this fence here, because on that side there is one of our pasture fields, and on this side here is probably our best hay field that we've got. But we're spraying. Dad bush hogged, well, we sprayed along the fence to keep, because last year the hay gets up so high, the cattle were able to push down on the fence, even though we got the barbed wire above the woven wire, and try and get some of this hay. And that's part of the reason why we put this woven wire instead of barbed wire, is to try and keep them from picking on this side, but we still managed to. But we years ago used to cut this whole I think it's roughly 17-18 acres for hay, and then as hay production went up, we decided to actually start rotational grazing. And then as hay production started going up with different spraying program, fertilizer program, we were able to put the fence in and just keep this half here as a strictly pasture. And then this side over here, once we get the first cutting hay off of it, we'll turn the cows in here and they'll have it for pasture. So then also when the pasture field gets up, we'll put a fence about halfway up this way and string it all the way down there to the woods, and that way we can rotational graze this half wing. Usually when we rotational graze, we'll leave the cattle on a particular pasture field for about 2 or 3 days, and then we'll switch them to another field, and then switch to another field 2 or 3 more days, just to give the grass and everything time to kind of rest and get growing back up, and be good to go. Because that's one thing you don't want to do, is if the cattle or horses or any kind of livestock that graze on grass, if you let them pick it down too far, then it has a tough time of growing back, and could create a real issue if it turns off drought. But this is one of the hay fields we sprayed some urea on just a couple days ago, and as you can already tell, it's greened up quite a bit, and it's also been sprayed with Duracor, as I've talked about in another video. And to be honest, you'd be hard pressed to, you might find just a weed here and there, but you'd be hard pressed to find much other than fescue and mixed grass in that field. In this field here, luckily we've been able to have those heifer cows be able to pasture on it this winter, so that's saved on feeding some hay. Little field here we call the bull lot. It goes around the pond, and also right gates goes up to the barn. But it's time to pull the bull away from the herd. We turn him in there. When we turn him in there, is it back in December? Turn him in with the herd November. Let him stay in there with them for about 3 or 4 months, just to make sure that all the mamas that had fall calves were bred back. But now it's time to get him separated out, and we're gonna get the donkey over here so you can have him a pasture buddy. Because if any of y'all been around a bull, if they don't have a pasture buddy, sometimes they can get a little little crazy, but even then, if they get close enough to the cow, it may be her cycle, and he may not bred her. He's more than likely to go through a fence to get to that cow. I've seen it numerous times, so it's just time for him to get separated out, and hopefully that won't happen. But right here, I know it's kind of hard to tell, but that barbed wire running across the pond, we got a pole over there. We got power too, that whenever we start rotational grazing, we put a fence up the middle of this field too, and that way it's electric. And then we got a wire that runs along this fence right over there that we can connect to that fence over in the hayfield and get power to it. I'm just gonna bring y'all over here and show you, because we're not able, with that fence or that wire there, we're not able to get over here to spray this or fertilize. But as you can tell, might be a little hard to tell on camera, but this deeper green grass on this side, and then right over here it's still green, but not as a good deep green as this other side. Plus it's this little part here's, you can tell it's got these little buttercups, as I call them, and a couple other weeds on this side. But this part here, well, this field here, we can use it partially for pasture, but it's more of just a kind of a runway or driveway between these fields back here. Like we can run the cows down the lane there, back through this field, down the hill, and up the other hill to the barn. So we still like to fertilize and spray it, but if for some reason we don't get all of it, then it's not that big a deal, since it's not really enough pasture like this back here, or the hay fields over here. But as I've talked in videos before, best thing you can do for your pasture and hay fields is do a soil test. You can just contact your local farm cooperative store or farm service store, and more than likely they'll have an agronomist, which in layman's terms is just a kind of a crop guy. They're really smart on different crops and grasses and fertilizer to use, what spray to use. But if you're lacking in production on your pasture and hay ground, best thing to start off with is a simple soil test. Not sure how much they cost where you all may be from, but for us, I think it's about $6-7 a test, and it just tells you if your soil, if you need what fertilize, what rate, the acidity is high, if you need some lime. So if you're looking on how to get more production, have your hay and pasture ground, just start off that simple soil test. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode here at Long Farms. But another project I'm wanting to try and get done today, but it's a little too wet right now, is dragging this pasture field. I'm gonna let it dry for a couple hours and then come back after lunch and try and give it another go. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the videos, and also the new subscribers. It really means a lot. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And if you're wanting to get weekly updates and new videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And that also lets me know that you enjoy the channel as well. So thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all have a great rest of your Saturday. And just remember that tomorrow is we celebrate the greatest event that the world has ever seen, when Christ rose from the dead. So as most of y'all know, tomorrow's a very special event. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see y'all in the next one.